A coworker of mine keeps telling me I need to get into kombucha, and I've never been a kombucha guy. But I did get this kombucha to take, and I grew this giant SCOBY. And y'all know I'm more of a mead guy, so I thought we would compromise and make a session mead using a kombucha SCOBY. So I reached in and peeled out this SCOBY. SCOBY stands for Symbiotic Colony of Bacteria and Yeast, and basically it's kind of like the brewing yeast that you use to make mead or wine or beer, except it forms this kind of film that you can peel off of the kombucha, and you can use that to seed your next batch. So we're going to put it into our carboy, which I will find out later is kind of a mistake. And then we are going to pitch our session mead on top of that. So we're going to throw in 1 pound of wildflower honey. And I'm not going to use any tannin or balancing acid in here just yet, because that kombucha SCOBY should provide some acidity to make this a more sour mead. I don't think we're going to need to do anything as far as acid in here. So we get it filled up with water all the way to 1 gallon and get it mixed together so the honey is combined with the water. And then we are going to be adding a brewing yeast in here. I decided to go with a beer yeast, an East Coast ale yeast. It should be relatively tolerant to the acid in here, and it should be able to cut through that pound of honey no problem in about 2 or 3 days. I am also not using nutrients in this because I do want the yeast to take a little while to get going, so that way the kombucha SCOBY can do some souring before the yeast takes over and creates too much CO2 for the kombucha to really do its thing. So we just get our airlock on and topped up, and we'll see how this goes. I'm curious what you think. Have you ever made a kombucha mead or kombucha beer? What should I expect from this as a non-kombucha drinker? Drop a comment and let me know.